Hi, I'm Stacey and I'm back with another episode of Better Financial Health in 15 minutes or less. And a question I get asked quite a bit is, I'm about to get a bonus from work or I've got a little extra money. What should I do with it? And what I'd like to say is, I think this is pretty universal. I think that at a minimum, you should have $1,000 in a savings account. And that should be the first thing that you fund, because what that does is that allows you to keep from using your credit card if it already has a balance on it. It gives you money for repairs that might be needed on your car, your home, or a medical expense, and keeps you from adding to that credit card debt, which is now close to probably 24% for most people. So that's the first thing I would do if you have a little extra money. Then the second thing I would do is, going back to those credit cards, start aggressively paying on those. And yes, I know that it can be easy to say, well, I owe just $500 on this one, but that's a low rate, but I owe a bigger amount on this other credit card, so I'm gonna pay there. What I would tell you to do, and I do take this page from Dave Ramsey's playbook, pay off that smaller one, make that one go away completely, and then take that and really pay it towards the larger one. So that will help you sort of feel like you've knocked one off there. So I think that's a really good thing to do. Dave Ramsey calls it the debt snowball, and I think that's a good way to think about that. So that's what I would go after next. And then what if you don't have any debt outside your mortgage? I often talk to people who get very motivated to pay off their mortgages, but yet they have other consumer debt out there. Especially if you got your mortgage more than 18 months ago, chances are your interest rate is 4% or lower. And if that's the case, I would not be in a huge hurry to pay that off. I would more take that money and build your emergency fund. $1,000 is just the minimum. You really should have 3 to 6 months of living expenses. And I've talked about this before, with banks paying such little interest on savings, but interest rates being higher, it's really worth your time to go and open an online savings account. Discover, Ally Bank, Capital One, those are some really good ones. They're online portals, work well, they've got good security. Make sure that for stuff like that, that you're not reusing passwords, because you want to be safe. It is an online institution. So you should enable multi-factor authentication. It means that they send you a text when you log in. So that way, even if someone did by chance were able to guess your username and password, if they can't get into your account unless you get a text, they're not going to be able to get access to your funds. So that's a good thing. Yes, it takes a little bit more time. It's well worth it. So those would be kind of the key things. First, $1,000 in savings. Second, pay off the small credit card balances and then focus on the larger ones. And then try to clean up all your other consumer debt. And low-cost mortgage balances would be the last. And then also you want to build that emergency fund to get to 3 to 6 months of living expenses, and making sure that as you build that and it becomes a significant amount of money, that you're also earning real interest on that money. So that's really what I would call sort of the Stacey's hierarchy of savings and what you should do with some extra money that you might have coming available through bonuses or things of that nature. Thanks for tuning in. This has been another episode of Better Financial Health in 15 minutes or less.